Hello, it's Noah again with my presentation on the malicious JetBrains plugin stealing AI API keys as Chrome extensions capture chatbot chats. So, according to the cybersecurity experts from Akaido Security, the current malicious campaign is a series of malware targeting JetBrains marketplace and includes 15 plugins that can steal API keys of AI service providers. Akaido's experts note that the malware campaign started in late October 2025 and continues until now, with some malicious plugins being added to the series in this month, June of 2026. The plugins are functioning normally and present themselves as genuine coding assistants using AI. However, their code allows them to transmit the user's API key through HTTP requests to the server controlled by attackers. According to Akaido security researcher Ilya Makari, Ilyas, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, says every plugin poses as an AI coding assistant built on DeepSeek and other large language models, offering chat, commit messages, code review, bug finding, and unit tests. They function exactly as advertised. However, the AI provider API key you enter gets exfiltrated to a server controlled by the attacker. Furthermore, Makari stated that some of the plugins have a paid version, which requires the user to pay a fee via a donation wall. The server will return an API key to the client to use, which results in the plugin using the returned API key. The returned API key is then used to make requests to the AI model instead of the user's credentials, which is suspicious because it raises the question of why the operator is giving away free access to a paid AI service. Ravi Lakshman of the Hacker News suggests that the operators behind this attack might be reselling stolen API keys to other cybercriminals for additional profits. It allows its paying customers to get access to AI services with stolen credentials. Because of this, attackers get to kick back and benefit from the donation money and selling stolen AI credentials, while also using the stolen AI credentials for free, while the actual owners of the API keys are unaware and pay the bill. I was a slide ahead. That's fine. How did the organization or entity respond? Akaido, the reporting researchers, have released a very detailed list of indicators of compromise. The list includes the network indicators, server IP 39.107.70.51, a lengthy list of affected plugins with their name and plugin ID. For example, DeepSeek AI Assist, or.cp.code.ai.kit with 27,000 downloads, released 2026 this month. As well as several other vendor accounts like Codeweaver Simple Dev. These vendor accounts tend to follow a simple two-word format, usually including something like code, stack, or pilot. For example, CodePilot, JetCode, Daily Code, and ZenCoder. Very easy to finally, come to the conclusion that maybe they were also ChatGPTing the names. Very unoriginal. What I would have done. To prevent this attack from affecting me and my company, I would implement a strict approved plugins policy. I'd treat IDE plugins the same way I would treat a third-party software, by being cautious about giving out secrets and identifying information into tools not vetted. I would have an allow list of approved JetBrains plugins so that my coworkers could still use the plugins that they might need. I'd prohibit devs from installing unreviewed plugins. I'd require security review before introducing the plugins and regularly audit plugins installed across dev workstations. I would also implement a rule about not giving out API keys into untrusted plugins. Additionally, I could rotate the API keys automatically and limit permissions on API keys. This is mostly from the idea of least privilege. I would use an API key manager as well to further protect the keys. A tool like AWS Secrets Manager or Azure Key Vault could work. They provide encryption, access logging, automatic rotation, and role-based access control so that even if a plugin is compromised, it could reduce where the attack could reach. Because Akaido listed the IP of the attacker's server where the IP goes, they listed the IP of the attacker's server. I can use a secure gateway web tool like Cisco Umbrella that can block that IP. This can prevent exfiltration attempts. and that's pretty much it. Thank you. These are my references for the video.